Hello and welcome. Thank you for taking the time to join us today as we talk about sustainability topic for buildings and infrastructure. We focus on the environmental pillar. In this masterclass, we will share secrets about our CATIA eco-design solution, so you will leave with better idea on how to find new ways to innovate and to meet sustainability objectives of your organization, how to reduce environmental footprint of your project, and how the virtual twin will contribute on the optimization of the design in order to achieve the best result. So stay tuned to learn more about all these today. My name is AUDI and I'm delighted to be your presenter for today. I'm industry process expert at the System, the 3D Experience company. As a background, I'm architect and PhD in eco-design for civil infrastructure. During this session, I will dive into challenges and business drivers related to sustainability in the built environment. Then I'll go through the choice of our eco-design tool, what is the life cycle assessment methodology, and how we position it into our sustainable innovation intelligence solution. I will take a little time to illustrate all the values of our solution within a live demonstration before to proceed at the end to the conclusion and to the takeaway. And to make sure that we are helping you as best as we can, we have a chat then to search your questions in order to answer them properly. So the session will also be available online for replay. Sustainability requires construction projects to be ecologically, economically, and socially sustainable. To think in terms of ecology and environmental impacts, we need, from a very early stage of the project, to ask ourselves questions in order to set environmental objectives and to ensure the best ecological scenario is taken into account and meeting initial requirements. For example, in the feasibility and planning phase, we need to know what will be the environmental footprint of our products and manufacturing processes that will allow to choose the right one. Then how to design more eco-friendly by anticipating and taking into account all the life cycle of the asset and how we can optimize alternatives based on their environmental footprint. These challenges could be common for all the construction projects, buildings or infrastructure. So we need to implement the right tools, the right methods to ensure addressing them in the best way. Life cycle assessment is one of these methods. It's the choice that we have taken to develop our eco-design tool. But why life cycle assessment? Life cycle assessment is a holistic method. It takes into account several products and processes, breakdown structures in the same time. It's the strength of LCA and consider each life cycle phase. So it's important also to know. It's quantitative, so we can, with life cycle assessment, measure the quantity of environmental impacts with measurable metrics. And also, it's multi-criteria. So multi-criteria, that means we will be able to take into account the several environmental indicators with the most known environmental calculation methods in the world. So it helps making decisions thanks to the possibility to compare alternatives to be able to choose the best one. And finally, it's normalized. Normalized because there is the ISO 14040 where the framework of the life cycle assessment and the principles of this methodology were set. Talking about the ISO 14040, it has determined the framework in which the life cycle assessment would be applied. In a nutshell, 4 steps have been defined. So the first one is to define the goal and scope of the environmental evaluation. That includes the determination of the system of interest. System of interest is important to understand the objective of the evaluation, the limits of the system also, and the life cycle inventory. The aim of this step is really to define how deep to investigate in the environmental footprint. Second step is to run the inventory analysis. The inventory analysis where we will define the ingoing and outgoing flows and to know where to find the right impact data to be used. Third step is to get the environmental impact assessment. This will be held by specialized calculation methods and tools in order to compute the impacts and choose the most relevant environmental indicators for the stakeholders. And fourth and last step is to interpret the results in order to run some analysis, allowing to identify sensitivity, uncertainty, and quality of used data. With our solution, Sustainable Innovation Intelligence, we are fully aligned to the ISO 14040. We have a dedicated app for each phase of the global framework. We have, for example, business target definition is an app to define goals and objectives. It's for the first step. We have the business value definition to assign impacts. And we have the eco-design assessment and sustainability assessment, which are apps to get the full results of the life cycle assessment study, then to interpret them in order to optimize the program and optimize the design. So to dive, in fact, a little bit within these apps, we have the business target definition, which allows to define goals and objectives of the life cycle assessment and refine them with predefined tolerance. Business value definition allows to assign environmental impacts by defining human activity. Human activity is used to associate impacts like KPI values to other parameters such as distance by kilometers, for example, project surface, volume, etc., which would be coming from the 3D model or from the virtual 3D. It's possible also to get these KPIs from EcoInvent database. We have a collaboration with EcoInvent database, which is a holistic database and which is cross-industry. We can get the impact related to any product or any process from this database. But also it's possible with our solution to create your own human activity by using an app, dedicated app, which is business activity definition. The business activity definition is the app allowing to create human activities when we know the impact related to this human activity, and we can create it and reuse it also for the future project. The Sustainable Assessment app allows to get the full results of the life cycle assessment study and to perform an interpretation by comparing them to the initial objectives and to compare different trade-off scenarios. So we'll be able by this app to have the global KPIs, to make decisions also basing on the environmental footprint of the product or of the asset. And also to identify where the biggest part of impact is coming from, that will allow to optimize also the design basing on environmental data. And of course, everything is related on the 3D experience platform. So the design with the program, with the initial requirements also, and with the lifecycle assessment. So we will be able to update anything and everything will be updated in consequence. So now let me go to the live demonstration to show you in action what is our solution and what are our apps in this solution. So now I'm in the 3D experience platform. We see that it's nominative access. It's a web app. We have the compass where we can find all our roles, the roles that I have access to, and also all the apps that I can use to perform my my work and my job on the 3D experience platform. So I can design, I can simulate, and I can also enrich the virtual twin, which is fully collaborative with all the members of my team, but also with all my partners and my final customer. So now I'm in the project environment,